Hello everybody, my name is Pyrac, and in today's video I figured I'd finally go answer some questions from the previous video where I basically just sat down and said, hey, leave me some questions and I'll answer them. So let's go right through them, shall we? First up, of course, what was your first Monster Hunter game and what weapon did you first main? Also, can't wait for the new PC, gonna be a huge upgrade for you. My first Monster Hunter game, I've said it a few times, was actually Monster Hunter World Iceborne. World/Iceborne, I guess. I started about a week after Fatalis was released into Iceborne, so I'd say an Iceborne baby, essentially. And I believe I told the story at some point as well. Basically, me and my friends went out to have dinner, because we like to go out every 1 to 2 weeks and just find a new place to go try out some food with all of our friends. So like 6 of us jump in a car, we go down to the city and whatever, find somewhere we like, sit down, eat and talk. And yeah, 2 of them brought up that they just started playing a game called Monster Hunter World, and they started talking about it and everyone else got into it at that point. So we played it and it kind of just stuck with me. They've all played through both World and Rise as well. They just kind of fell off the game because obviously there's not a whole lot to do once you finish everything. And I don't blame them for that. I did the same with GU basically. And what weapon did I main first? I started with the door blades. I also told this story a few times. I initially really didn't like door blade because all I knew how to do, because everything else seemed like it didn't do any damage, was do demon dances. So you can imagine how rough it was, someone picking up Monster Hunter for the first time and just repeatedly getting hit and being stuck in animation, spamming demon dances on every single opening that you get, and then getting angry when you run out of stamina, because in World, if you got hit during demon mode, it didn't exit demon mode like it does in Rise. So I'd lose all my stamina and then I'd get hit again and again and then probably cart from there. It wasn't a great time, and then I tried other weapons and I was like, wow, everything feels better to play than door blades. What a surprise. And then I went back to door blades, I think a year or so ago, after learning how to play it in Rise, and then learning that it is a lot better to deal consistent damage rather than high burst damage all the time, because half the time you're going to get hit and then waste your time healing and then have to go do it again and wait for the same opening. Basically extremely inefficient. But it was door blades, and I think I stopped playing door blades when we got to Iceborne. I think I swapped to either Greatsword or Charge Blade, I can't remember which, and then Insect Glaive after that when we got the Guiding Lands, or got to the Guiding Lands. Also can't wait for the new PC. Funnily enough, it actually arrived today, so the day of this video's recording and upload. I actually got it this morning, so I'm going to be working on moving all the files over. I could have backed them up, but I honestly want to start fresh with it, just in case there's anything like malicious on my computer, which I don't think there is, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Like a few months down the line, get my new computer hacked, that'd be awful. So I'm just going to do a lot of it fresh, move the games over obviously, so I can continue recording, editing, uploading, things like that. Continue doing my job, basically. But the new computer is here, and it seems like a beast. It's also like twice the size of my old computer, so space is limited now, but it's definitely a huge upgrade. And thank you for the comment. How did you learn all of the weapons? Just a lot of playtime or any particular method? Pretty much everyone that plays a decent handful of weapons will tell you to just play the weapon. And that's basically what I did. I just played the weapons a lot. Purely out of interest to learn them. I do like learning things. It's like one of my favorite things to do in my pastime in general, is just to learn things. For example, if you tuned into a few of the rare, very rare YouTube streams, I said I was learning Japanese. Still enjoy learning Japanese, I just don't have time for it, and I like to learn how to get better at games, especially, as you would have noticed. So I'd say just a lot of playtime. Learn from people that you can. Learn from people that you know are better than you, rather than random people, for example Reddit, or casual runners like myself. I'd say I'm like in between casual and speedrunner. Potential to be in the speedrunner scene, but I'd rather just stay a casual and enjoy the game, because I don't want to slam my head into a monster thousands of times for one video. Any advice for learning new weapons? This one kind of goes the same as the previous one, but just play. You will learn a lot if you just use the weapon. Like a considerable amount of stuff you will just learn by playing. If you really are struggling, I would recommend either watching some of the stuff that I've done, because I explain what I'm doing obviously, which helps out a lot of people, and I'm glad it helps people. Or you can look at speedrunners and notice what attacks they are doing, and they will probably lead you to success, because I learned some good attacks from watching speedrunners. Only some of them. And then experimented, found ones that actually work in hunts, and realistically will help you improve your times by doing. So yeah, just play. Watch people if you want more help learning it, and then pay attention to which attacks they do on which openings, because certain attacks will only give you a certain amount of time to actually do something about it. Especially in World, because it's obviously a lot less pattern-based in World, I think. Whereas in Rise, if they start a sequence, you can easily tell which one they're doing next if you've fought it enough, which is pretty much what I do. I just transferred that to World, because it roughly does that in World. Any chance we'll get a face cam in the future? It is extremely unlikely. Purely for safety reasons. There's a lot of scary people in this world, and if people know what I look like, they can find every other bit of information about me, about my family, about the people I care about my friends. There's a lot of bad stuff that comes with providing a face cam. As well as the immersion, I've actually stopped watching quite a few people because I now know what they look like. It's nothing against them, it just happens. If someone's face doesn't match up with what you think they look like, there's a very high chance that you won't like them. It'll just tick in your brain and you won't like that person anymore. It's happened with quite a few people that I used to watch. So, very, very, very unlikely. How much are you going to spend on the new PC? I'm also getting a new PC end of this year. I hope your new PC is amazing and then it gets to you in one piece. How much am I going to spend? I spent about 5,600 AUD at least. So, like, what, 4,000 or 5,000 American? Something like that. Conversions are weird. See how I'm doing? I did have someone ask how I'm doing. Basically, I'm doing alright. Hanging out with my friends, enjoying games, enjoying life as much as I can. Try not to work too hard. Life's good. And that looks like it's about to be all of the comments. As with the last one, if you all want to see a continuation of this, be sure to leave a like on the video, as well as leave down below what comment you would like to ask me. It can either be about Monster Hunter, of course, or my Monster Hunter experiences. It can be about YouTube, because I don't mind sharing some of the stuff I've learnt on YouTube, because I've learnt a lot over the past 2-3 years of doing this, essentially as a job. So if you need or want to hear some general advice or information, you can try and help out, or of course just general stuff. As always though, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.